I am Hina, and without further ado, I will showcase literally every single Easter egg in the New World song Star Walking by Lil Nas X. It's an absolute banger, and as in tradition, the music video paired with it has a bunch of Easter eggs related to LOL esports. And with my incredible knowledge and talent, aka reading both Eastern and Western social media, I have collected all the Easter eggs. If you haven't seen the video, make sure to watch it first, since this video will only go through the Easter eggs and there won't be much of that video itself. Sorry if I'm hurrying, but I have a lot to talk about, and here it is, the first shot of the video showing San Francisco, where the World's Finals will be held. We can see both the Golden Gate Bridge and the city before the camera zooms into our first hero. We don't know who it is yet, but already seeing last year's champion ring, so it's someone from EDG. He, alongside with our other three heroes, are on top of the bridge, and we don't need to wait for too long to find out. The representatives this year are CoreJJ. Well, this is a talking point every year. Last year it was Reckless, this year it was Core. These videos are starting production in around February, so they had to choose someone. And these were just the least risky picks, because beside him there are at least some people who we will see. Chovy, Meiko, Humanoid. That last one was also kind of risky. Next shot shows all the regions who will be at Worlds. Well, and LCL. The video production started in early February when things were looking much better in the world. Also, a subtle reference how all the regions are on the road except the LGL, because we are on the top and we're gonna roll over them. Just kidding. Next frame shows our four heroes once again with the music's title Star Walking by Lil Nas X. Then we see fans on the hill looking down at San Francisco. They're wearing orangey, T1 fake or G2 Caps jerseys while waving the official flag of Worlds 2022, as we could also see it in, for example, the orchestral video. Meanwhile, Core is walking down the streets, drinking coffee, written there his name, CoreJJ and Yoonji's, his wife. It was his dream to open a coffee shop, so maybe this is a lesser known Easter egg, but it is one nonetheless. Then we see the bigger picture, a Graffiti with Tia's logo and Björksten, as well as Perks. Not sure why he's here, but I think it's him. And of course another Tia logo as a tattoo on a fan, and the LCS logo lookalike necklace on the other fan. And I just noticed during the edit, there is the line logo, which you don't have to know what it is just yet. I will explain later. I'm just pointing it out because probably I missed some of them later on as well. Next shot, we got our hero in the crowd, a shot we will see with everyone. This shot represents Core as well as North America. Next to him, there's someone with a ruler being Core's former teammate who plays now for Gen G, and unfortunately, we are not gonna see him play versus Core this World. Maybe in Champions queue. The left sign says NA, a popular joke around Worlds with a mixture of NA and Aemon, hoping that NA will do well, and also a name of a pretty fun fan podcast on Spotify. And the right sign says everyone else is trash, a famous quote from Double Lift. The camera zooms in on Core, showing two. Maybe it was supposed to mean that he wants his second world championship. Anyways, probably even if it was a reference, it doesn't matter much anymore. Moving on, after him we see Chovy holding a coin, one side with Worlds, another with the LSTK logo. I also want to think the coin means that he's getting a lot of gold every game from CSing, but maybe that's a bit of a stretch. He's sitting above San Francisco before we see him again the same way among his fans. He's praying, a nod to the Church of Chovy meme, and this is exactly what we see next to him, a sign saying hashtag Church of Chovy. Above the sign there is a guy with the shirt saying and only in Hangul, and there is another guy with the English version one and only. This is the world's motto this year. There are a lot of signs, one saying Chobi, and another one is a more cheering matter, Chobi! As well as the LSTK's logo in another sign. Whew. Alright, next shot featuring Humanoid. Obviously an obvious reference. We see him in the Fisherman's Wharf, a place in San Francisco, with the LEC flags reflecting in the water, and a bunch of Fnatic fans wearing Fnatic's shirt, and one with the text Humanoid, reference to Humanoid when he's performing well. In case you have no idea what I'm talking about, it was Perks when he rose swapped to AD carry that he called himself Uma John, and from there the meme lived on in Humanoid whenever he pops off. In the back you can also see a kid cosplaying Twisted Fate, one of Humanoid's signature champion, and a bunch of youngsters holding an LEC flag. Then, once again, the same shot with Humanoid among his fans. And obviously some more things that I missed and only noticed during editing. There is an EU greater than NA sign, even though the first part is hidden, it's quite obvious. There is an EU versus the world, which is, I don't know if it's a big of a meme, but there it is. And a bunch of Humanoid signs that somehow I didn't mention. Back to you, Hina. On the left, there is the LEC trophy that Humanoid himself won a few times, and on the right, some reference to his old team, Mad Lions, with the lion plushie and the Glad Lion, that JPEG meme, which by the way originated from the LCK, since whenever Jin Air won, fans posted gladplane.jpg, a paint picture of a plane. From there came gladlion.jpg. And finally, in the bottom, we can see a cameo of Romain, who, while works for G2 right now, still is the European hype man, known from his insane cosplays and performances, this time obviously in his original unicorn outfit that many fans probably know him from. Then for a few frames we can see young Echo from Arcane on his bike with the world's flag and the motto again, one and only. We take a look at our heroes once again and continue with EDG support Meiko taking some selfies with fans wearing EDG shirt. Fun fact, if you look at the recent photos, you see a picture of the animated short, The Mighty Grand Python, made by The Line, the same studio who did this music video. The Line will be appearing later on again, so keep an eye on for that. The next shot shows Meiko in front of the Koi Tower in San Francisco. He is eating a snack, which is a reference that he is always eating something during his streams. There are fans surrounding him, with one holding an LPL flag. Then, again, usual fan shot. First, zoomed in picture on the Champions ring from last year, and after zooming out, we can see someone holding a sign saying, "Crazy is our game," LPL's motto this year. As well as the old Worlds trophy. Yup, we have a new one that you can see later on. Currently in ownership of EDG, and the fan wearing the shirt saying 777, reference to legendary EDG jungler Clear Love. Quick history lesson in case you don't know, he changed his name to Clear Love 7 in season 7, his 7th year in pro play, but obviously we all know the story, what happened with EDG that year. Still, it became from Curse a signature, and now fans just spam 7 whenever Clear Love appears on screen. Finally, there are two people wearing cat ears, which refers to Meiko's own cat and the reason he picked the Yumi skin, as well as just the fact that he often wears the cat ear headphones in his streams. After our 4 heroes, we go back to the streets, where we see a graffiti of TSM, 100 Thieves, C9, and I can't see the last. Clutch? No idea, but they're holding a world's trophy together, whatever that means, and EG in the middle as a noodle shop? I am not quite sure why it's EG per se, but I think it may be a reference to the famous LOL meme in China. In 2014, EDG's botliner, Name, blamed his poor performance on eating beef noodles and getting diarrhea. Since then, eating beef noodles has become the go-to excuse when someone is having a bad day. Actually, a few days ago, EG themselves posted on their Weibo, "First time going to Worlds, is there anything we should pay attention to? Like, should we eat Shenzhen, beef noodle or hot pot?" With the famous meme of, "Is this your first Worlds?" Afterwards, we're finally seeing the finals venue itself, the Chase Center, saying Worlds 2022. In a closer look, we can see Lil Nas X's name, kind of confirming what we have already known, that he will be performing in the World's finals, and there are also some fans of various players. We can see someone wearing T1 Gumayushi shirt, as well as Closer and G2 Yankos. And then, we finally see the new trophy made by Tiffany. Riot has released several videos about making the trophy as well as the philosophy behind that. All of them are really interesting, so they're worth to watch. The aura of this trophy is enough for our 4 heroes to gain their attention, and they all start to literally absorb power. The city of San Francisco slowly starts transforming into Runeterra, the universe League of Legends is based on. You can see Pier 39 again, where we saw Humanoid before, with the remarks of Runeterra appearing under the absolved materials. Same goes for the business district, where Chovy is absolving the power. In the next shot, we go to Meiko, who, as you know, is in front of the Koi Tower in Telegraph Hill. It's located next to Alcatraz, the infamous island of prison, which may be a reference in the sign turning to Shadow Isles, the island in League of Legends, which imprisons souls. Then we have one of the harder to notice Easter eggs. You literally need to go frame by frame to even notice them. During the debris storm scene, we can see some familiar graffiti, including the line, again the studio who made the music video, their logo, as well as the word GOAT behind Core. In the next shot, we can see just a tiny bit the famous sentence, "Where were you when the West rose up?" A quote from Quickshot when G2 defeated SKT in 2019 MSI semis, thus giving us the all-Western finals of TL versus G2. Core was part of that TL roster. There's also, again, the line logo, the GOAT, a TL logo to commemorate Core's current, well, at least in 2022 team. And a few frames later, a Genji logo, his previous team as well. There's also someone who appears to be 100 Thieves jungler closer as a Graffiti too. Then we see Humanoid joining the fun as well, and Meiko, yes, now we see, is forming a trash mecha, one of his iconic picks. And finally, our 4th hero, Chovy, jumps up from the business building too, with the World's 2022 ad in the back, onto his own mecha Azir. And talking about mechas, all 4 are obviously their signature champions. Azir for Chovy, Trash for Meiko appearing again, which people are there with their children cheering for them as the mecha is literally destroying the whole city, killing thousands. Well, the LJL logo that is on the rooftop, now nowhere to be found. Hope this is not a foreshadowing. Please, Riot, no! We take a closer look at Meiko's trash before seeing Core's champion Mecha 2, which is none other than Rel, running towards the TL fans, one of them having a child on their shoulders holding a balloon. This music video is kind of morbid when you think about it. Also, have you seen Pacific Rim? It's a similar mecha movie which is set in San Francisco, so not sure if that was the driving force behind the theme, but it's a cool little relation anyways. And finally, of course, it's Humanoid's TF mecha in front of the Golden Gate Bridge again. And keep in mind, again, the production started in February and 2021's Humanoid TF was pretty good. And on the bridge itself, it's our beloved CEO, the sexiest cowboy, Lil Nas X, holding the world's flag. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't wear a shirt behind it, but we don't have confirmation about it. We do. As the camera then pans the dock, we see several boats, all Bilgewater references. From the left first, New Destiny, which is Graves' passive ability, the Dreadway, Gangplank's boat's name, as we know from the card in Legend of Runeterra, and Burning Tides, a short story that started the new lore of the current Bilgewater. After all this, all 4 champions, TF, Trash, Azir, and Rel, have arrived to the finals arena. Then we will see these little introduction pages for all 4 heroes, starting with Meiko. The small text behind him is saying League of Legends Pro League, aka LPL, and the big red text is Tin Shadi, meaning the world's #1. Around him are his milestones being 7,000 assists and 400 wins. And the whole shot for his signature Trash, because he as well once said that his champions are Trash and Nami. The Chinese text there means Soul Prisoning Warden or the Chain Warden, as you know that's Trash's title. And a fun fact, in Chinese, the champions are mainly referred to by their titles rather than their actual names. The next hero we have is Chovy. The only text I can read here is Womi Cho, which is Korean reference. But thanks to the power of the internet, I will pretend that I understand everything and I didn't just take some random translation from Weibo. Vori, mide, chobi means or mid, chovi, and this is shortened to just vo, mi, cho. Also, micho means like, oh, it's making me crazy, with this exact tone. And the slide in Korean text is just Chobi's real name, Jang Ji-hoon. His signature champion is obviously Azir, with the text in the back is just Azir and his title, the Emperor of the Sands. Then CoreJJ with his motto in both Korean and English. It's young man energy. If I don't know what it means or why they chose it, I tried searching on the deepest parts of the web, known as Inven and FM Korea, and even there people had no idea what it means and what it has to do with Core. Maybe it's somehow reference that he is the oldest member of TL but have Zoomer energy? Is that it? I have no idea, I'm sorry. According to Korean people, it's even some bad Google translation to Korean and it sounds weird and awful. So if you know what it means, just write a comment or something. And yes, that's Rel, Iron Maiden, in case you forgot Rel was a champion. And finally, at least the language I can read myself, and no, it's not just a weird machine translated sentence, we see Humanoid from the Czech Republic. His real name is Marek Brazda, and as I explained before, he is called Humanoid, so these texts are a lot more straightforward. Also, Liga Legend, that just means League of Legends in Czech. His signature champion is TF, the Card Master, and that is once again exactly what's written there, but in Czech, the Card Master. And after that, these four heroes decide the best idea is to jump up and start fighting literally on the finals stadium. What a beautiful ending. Oh, and in the final shot, we can also see Lil Nas X joining them. That was it! Rose 2022 is starting September 29th with play-ins and ending November 5th. Action-packed matches are guaranteed, so don't miss out on even one of them. I will keep posting about Worlds non-stop on my Twitter and think what kind of Worlds content I could do on YouTube as well. If you have any suggestions, feel free to reach out, but until then, I hope this video was informative and at least a little bit fun. Now, let me put the music on loop and vibe all night. Bye!